Hey folks, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and welcome to my guitar masterclass today. Topic is the song Forrest Gump, the final scene of the movie where this feather goes, the feather theme where the feather goes up in the sky, played with touch technique. So we're first going to play it for you, and then we get into further explanations. Yeah, that was how it's going to sound. And if you're totally new to touch technique, check out the links to the basic tutorial where you learn some basics about touch technique. If take some time to get into touch technique, if you're totally new, the main problem is just for short is that the right hand is not developed to play like this. But if you're pretty good legato player with the left hand, it's not such a problem. So let's check it out in this guitar masterclass about Forrest Gump's feather theme. As I said before, this is a masterclass, so I will not go too much into the details of the technique itself. Therefore, check out the links to the basics of this technique. I'm going to talk about what is going on here. First, we need to analyze the song itself. Starts with A major. So then it goes to D with the A in the bass. That's a little bit tricky. Maybe. So if we play with normal chords, it would be something like this: A, oops, and D with the A in the bass. And then it goes to B major. No, major minor, sorry. So you can sing it. B minor to E major. So it's a 1-4-2-5 progression. A to D with the A in the bass to B minor to A and E to A. So that's what's going on. Second part is going to F sharp minor. Then it goes to D, to B minor, and to E, and back to A. So this is the chord progression, basically. Now, this is a touch technique. We're dividing left and right hand from each other and put it together to an orchestral playing as you would play it on a piano. So we're first checking out the chords as played with the left hand with touch technique. So this will be the A. So 5th, 7th, 6th fret. We skip the D3. Now here comes a tricky one. So the D with the A in the bass is here 5th fret and 7th fret. You can do it like this, which would be recommended, or if this is too far away, you can do it like this. Here in the 5th, in the 4th, but in this case, the melody will interfere. It's played on the same string as the chords chord, and this is one of major problems with touch technique, that you really need to watch which strings are used, and that both melody and chords can work together. So it would be like this. Then it goes the B minor. This is here in the 7th, 9th with the pinky, and 7th with the middle. D string is not played. And then we go to E. This is in the 7th, and that one we tap in as a barre with the ring finger in the 9th. So see. Then goes second part, F sharp minor. Same voicing as before with the B minor, the 2nd fret, 2nd, 2nd, 4th. D, same voicing as the E before. Then B minor, in this case we go down here. 2nd fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret. G string is not played. And now the E is a little bit tricky. In this case is that's just the open E string, and probably here in the 2nd fret, the 5th of it. So these are the chords. So now we're going to try to play it together with the melody. First you need to learn the melody with your right hand. A good way to learn it without the left hand is just damp all strings with your left hand, and then you can play the melody. It goes like this. See, starts here in the 11th, 12, 14. And now in this case, when it goes up, you need to make the finger like this. Pinky, ring, pinky. It's a little bit tricky because the pinky is not really good in being very precise. In this case, you also could use the middle finger, not the pinky. First part, then comes 12, 14, 11. Then that's the melody. So 12, 14, 11, 12. Then goes up to 12, 13, 14. And again the first part of the melody. So this part will be like this. Also try to make a vibrato on the long notes. I know it's a little bit hard. If you're not so experienced with the technique, don't use the vibrato too much. First play without vibrato, because that makes the whole thing a little bit more difficult. So that was the first part. Now comes F sharp minor. Here 11, 13, 14. See? Goes back here on 12, 14, 11. And final note, wait. This is F sharp minor. To D. Hold on, my phone is ringing. I need to switch this off. Then this is on the D, and goes the B minor. 12, 14, 13, 11, and now comes a trick. So now you need to attack the open E string with the thumb of the right hand. See? And here now we go to 9, 11, 12, 9, 12, and then back to A. So So that was the melody. As a first exercise, you can do it like this. Just play the chord. On the A, E, on the N. Sorry. Second, fourth fret. That will be the melody without any movement of the left hand. And if you play it like this, you might notice that some strings are played double with left and right hand. This, as I said, is one of the main problems with touch technique, that these things really interfere. So, one thing which really works, and also you don't really play the chord just like this. I mean, you can, but it's a little bit, there's no movement. You can play, see, first the chord, one, so it comes one after each other and creates this orchestral sound. One movement is this one, see. Second movement is bass, and then the upper two notes. And again on the second chord, first the two, one after each other. See, this is how it works. Same technique again, one after each other. See, first the chord, and comes the part with the melody. Okay, on the E it was not like this, it was this one here. Sorry for the mistake. So it's here 7th, 9, 9, and the G string is skipped. Because we need the G string here. So this is the main technique. Either one after each other the melody, or the other technique, bass and the upper part. So same technique in the second part. Again, one after each other. See? In this case, here we make the barre. Work out the movement, hear it. You need to play the left hand without attacking anything, just with hammer on. Yeah, that was another technique to attack the open E string. Either with the thumb, or which how I did with the index finger, just by slapping on it. Yeah, that was basically the main theme. What really is good to do as an exercise for the right hand is just play the A major scale with your right hand, or left hand if you're opposite player. See. And when you practice that, you can damp the strings again with your left hand. See? And then it works up fine. And then, as an exercise also for right hand, just play it without any chords. And then start with the right hand and left hand. 3, 3, 4. Yeah, that's how it works basically. Since this is a masterclass, we need to talk about the performance and the way of interpretation as well, and also the sound. What I really love to do on this one here is, as you can hear, I have a pretty strong reverse delay on it with a pitch shifter. And this makes this ambient sound. Hear that? You can do either this very extreme delay, it's kind of a delay, reverse delay with pitch shifter, or you can just add a normal delay. See, pretty simple delay, just on the tempo of the song. That would mean that you play always the same tempo. But you don't have to play it all the time. Then this is one thing of expression. The second thing, if you want to play, just don't play like put your head down and just go for it and play it through. Try to do expression and tell a story, like this is called rubato playing. Just play it easy, soft, breathe, and try to tell a story. Breathing is very important in music, believe me that. Because if you don't breathe, you cannot play. Because nobody can hold the breath for like 2-3 minutes. The breathing thing is... And on this is also very important that you feel the flowing of the music. If you don't feel your breath and the flowing of the music you're playing, especially when you play a guitar solo thing like with touch technique, it will not work. So it has kind of this motion and it always like waves. What you also can do, put some rest in it. If you want to highlight a phrase or a melody part, make it slower, stop, and then continue with a little bit delay. So, see? And also work with dynamics. Play soft, play loud. put less vibrato on the notes, more vibrato on the notes. That's basically what are the main parts, how you do a really great solo performance, especially with touch technique. I know this is not for everybody because it's a pretty hard technique. Basically because as a guitar player you're not used to have the coordination of left and right hand. I mean, I'm a piano player as well, so for me it's not a problem. But and if you see it like this way, it's like piano playing on the guitar. But if you're not a piano player, you need to get used to have left and right hand doing different things. And also, one of the main problems is that you only have 6 strings in this case. If you don't play, I don't know, a stick or whatever, a 7, 8 string guitar. I personally find it very cool on the 6-string guitar because there you can continue to play normal stuff. This is the stuff which I really love. And yeah, I think this is more or less what I want to say about playing Forrest Gump. I know it's not an easy task, but it's not impossible. If you really love the tone, is the technique makes the tone basically. Of course, you need humbuckers are recommended, but you can play it on any electric guitar with a flat string. I don't know how you say that in English. The strings have to be really flat on the fretboard. That makes it a little bit easier. Some people play with a damper here. I wouldn't. That's not cool because I use open strings, and that's much nicer because then you can really take the full advantage of the guitar. Yo, that's more or less what me and Dr. Pink wanted to say about touch technique and Forrest Gump. Yeah, enjoy it and really need a lot of patience and practice on this technique, but from my point of view, it's worth it.